Hey, hey, Blue Table fans! Yeah, I'm going to be off camera for this one. Don't worry, you'll be able to see my beautiful face soon enough. So today, what I'm doing is not only just talking to you, but let's see if it'll focus on this. Come on now. Do you know what this is by the outline? Nope, it's not. It's really refusing to focus. Let's get my hand on there. Nope, not going to do it. All right, hold on. I know there's a way to make this happen. Come on now. There we go. So this is a Skaven storm vermin, and we got a bunch of these already done, but one of them needs a banner added. So, oh, nope, it refocused on the plate. Anyway, you get the idea. So what I do is I prime black, but instead of starting to layer on my colors, I put hull red, which is like a brick red, on there. And that creates like this nice two-tone. Now, on this model, in case I can get it to focus correctly, I'm not going to paint the arm, because I'm just attaching the banner to the shaft of the weapon. So anyway, so I get my hull red on there, and that creates sort of a thing that you can paint on. So hold on, let me see if I can get the camera to focus. We'll just use my hand. See if it does it. It's trying. There we go. So there it is. And that's what that looks like at this stage. All right, then I'm going to put an ivory color. I choose pale sand. Actually, you know, I'm going to do a couple of layers on this. So I'm going to use dark sand first. And you can see the difference between those two colors, like that. Yeah, focusing is an issue. But anyway, this was really meant to be more like a radio show, so yeah. Oh, nope, that pale sand is still very watery. Got to shake it up really good. And the dark sand too. Let's just get both of those going. So anyway, I'm moving into my new place. I have a studio. It still kind of looks like, you know, when you're first moving into a house and there's like boxes everywhere. Same thing here, except I have plastic bins everywhere. And I'm spending the weekend with my sons, so both my sons are here. Oh, that pale sand is not forming up. All right, anyway, let's just do the dark sand, why not? So I just, well, actually, you know, I wanted this banner to be black. So I think I went the wrong way about this. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get some somber gray. Yep, that's right. That's what we're going to do. Now, somber gray in Vallejo is the same as Space Wolves gray, and it's from their game color line. There you go. Yeah, it's not focusing very well, is it? There we go. That looks good. And I keep it in the roster because it's a blue gray rather than a white black gray. So let's go ahead and get that on there. Oh good, that banner's starting to look like it's more like a dirty black color. So there you go. We'll go ahead and get all the metal areas on this while we're at it. And right now, you know, it's no big deal because I'm putting on organic base layers on which other things will be painted later. And this is actually looking pretty good. There we go. Because I'm going to do the Skaven symbols I'm going to put on here is just a simple Skaven trefoil is what I'm going to paint on here. Maybe like some Skaven runes. All right, there we go. Yeah, that's actually shaping up nicely. Let's see if we can get that to focus. There we go. So that's what we have so far. So anyway, it's funny because during the week, I think of all these things I want to say on my channel, and then of course I forget to do it. And I haven't been making very many videos recently, and as I've said before, that's because, well, I don't really have to. because the company runs at this nice sort of average level that's very secure, and I like that. I like that for my clients too. So I'm going to clean that off. Now you can't see it because it's off camera, but I keep a little fan off to the side to dry my brushes. I don't have it on now because I, don't want the noise in the background while I'm videoing. But I keep a huge amount of brushes, and I just sort of, I just keep them fanned out in front of me. That way I can always pick the one that I like. Because it's kind of like there's a perfect brush for any particular instance, and I think I just found it. There we go. All right, so I didn't need the dark sand and the ivory after all, or pale sand rather.
Griffin?
So I'm gonna. Hey! I'm recording. No, go ahead. What just happened?
I just scored a pentakill in Smite.
Oh my God!
Which means that I killed their entire team.
By yourself?
By myself. Well, scored the final blow on all of them, but yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
Great. It's amazing. So yeah, in case I didn't mention, I'm here with my sons this weekend, and it's great. It's really great. So I'm going in with black, and I'm gonna re-deepen these recesses. In fact, I'm just going to wash this entire banner. And the thing is, the more layers you put on something, like if you keep putting them on again and again and again and again and again, the more realistic it's going to look. It's going to have like a really good effect to it. And I'm into a little bit of an experimental stage here because I'm using sort of an unorthodox layering to it. So like normally you wouldn't put whole red, then somber gray, then, black wash again. So basically, oh great, now I gotta let this dry out. So for these many years I've just been enjoying my privacy, and and that's still very much the case. I'm proceeding with a lot more humility in my life right now, and it's very peaceful. All right, so anyway, all right, I see that the artist used metallics like oily steel. So while that's drying, I'm just going to go ahead and put oily steel on the metal parts. Just sort of a overbrush. Because I'll probably put a wash on it after I'm done. Yep. So, by the way, if there's somewhere on the internet, there's a blog post that lists all the paints we use at Blue Table. And because a lot of people ask, well, and when you're starting, you don't know what to get. It's like, Vallejo has like literally 500 paints, and it's like, well, and quite frankly, their published series where they're like, oh, buy this set of paints, of 20 paints, they really aren't that great. Like they're not going to have the things that you need, and so quite frankly, our list is better. It's been tested and proven for many, many, many years. At least 10 years that list has been in process. Okay, now the shaft of the weapon looks like a, whoops, looks like a mahogany brown. So I'm going to go ahead and, again, while the banner's drying, I'm just going to get some of these other colors on here. And I'm going to get a 1/8 inch chisel for that. You can't really see what I'm doing. I understand that. I know that can be frustrating. I'm going to paint the wood on the banner. There we go. Up top too. Let's get that little bit of color in there. Very exciting. Yeah, that's shaping up. And just so it will match, I'm going to go ahead and put that on. Yep, that's exactly the color that was used. I'm going to put that on the lower part of the shaft as well. But I am going to end up clipping this off and attaching the banner on top of his existing pole. Oh, and I just detected a slop, so I'm going to go ahead and just fix that. Again, my banner's drying, so whoa, that was not shaken up very well. Oh, and also I solved the mystery of pebbling. Pebbling is so primer, when you buy a primer, it may have been sitting on the shelf for like a long time. So what happens is the substance of the primer cements on the bottom, like it's becomes like a sediment at the bottom of the can. But the tube goes to the bottom and it sucks that sediment up if you don't shake the can up enough. So sometimes if you see models that have like this sort of sandpapery texture to them, which basically ruins them, well, guess what? That's because the artist was lazy and didn't shake their primer up well enough beforehand. So thin your paints and shake your primer. That's my advice. Oh, this is almost dry, but not quite. So I'm just going to go in and kind of smooth it out a little bit. Yep. In fact, I'm going to get some charcoal gray. Where are we? Black gray, that's what it's called. Oh, and I already have some on my palette. Whoops. So, just going to thin that down, start wet blending that onto my banner. Oh wow, that just changed everything. Okay, well, so much for putting those other layers on the bottom. I've completely covered those up now. It was pointless to do it, other than the life experience. Yeah, that looks like a zillion times better. That makes me happy. Then I'll have to paint my Skaven symbols on top of that. Yep, that's looking good, guys. That makes me happy. A little bit of wet blending. Definitely one of the best things you'll learn as a painter. So, by the way, currently, I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this. I'm offering blue table painting fantasy camps. I have an awesome studio / house. So like the studio is attached to the place where I live. But my kids don't live with me. They just come out here when I have them. And, yep. And, so, yeah, you can come out, be here, you know, do our role-playing stuff. I have basically like a menu. So you come out for like, you come out for 5 days, 4 nights, and that gives space for basically 8 events or sessions. And I have a menu, I have a menu of things that you can do while you're here. Including, if you picked all 8 to be role-playing sessions, I would do an ultimate D&D with you. And so how it works is I don't have disparate groups. So I could have up to 4 people at the same time. And but I wouldn't have 4 people that didn't know each other. So one person is the first one, and they basically, and then they can have other people that they want. So, and the cost goes down the more people you have, down to half. So the 4th person pays half as much as the first person. And of course, you could come as a group. You could basically just rent the whole thing. So, but what you're really paying for is the lessons, basically. And yeah, so it can be painting, it could be, I guess, a form of life coaching. I'm not sure, I just put that on there, I'm not sure who would want that. Although I am awesome at it. And going out on the town, there's a lot of good places to eat and drink here in town. Salt Lake City is really it's a great place to be. And the location, it's like 3 minutes from downtown. It's right next to all these great parks, the aviary. So, you know, a lot of good places to go. And plenty of great rooms decked out. We would do the food, and yeah. So like a you know, a form of Valhalla, I would say, but not up in the mountains. It's in the city, which is actually one of the original concepts of Valhalla, going way back to when I first invented it, is the idea that there would be one in the city for people that, you know, preferred the preferred city life. So, all right. Well, that's it for me. And I will get back to you with many, many, many more videos. Thanks for tuning in.